So the hypocrisy is much more easy to see now, but it's much more on display, and people can see it. That will change the votes.
Well, you know what the first incident of that I can remember, both would work, incident of that I can remember, is Congressman Clyburn and I think Lewis, when they were walking up the Capitol steps.
Yeah.
And the Tea Party back then existed. And they were trying to accuse the Tea Party of being racist. You know, don't tread on me.
Right.
And they said that they were spat on and people yelled the N-word at them. That's what they said. Right. And this was Andrew Breitbart, not the trademark. Andrew Breitbart, the man who was first to reserve at my wedding, he was very clear. He said, if you have a cell phone, you're a journalist. He wanted everyone out there to be citizen journalists. And once he'd reviewed some footage, he knew that, this had never happened. He offered $100,000 to the United Negro College Fund, I believe is the fund that he offered to anyone who could find any footage. And here's the thing. I remember when I saw this was pretty new. People weren't really doing a ton of news on YouTube. Blogs were just opinion blogs. There wasn't the James O'Keefe thing. I hadn't done the hidden healthcare sting. I hadn't done the Antifa sting. At this point, it was just sort of seen as a place where people talked to the cameras, and those in the entertainment industry didn't respect them because there were a lot of people on YouTube just looking in a camera going, makeup. And you're like, this guy is not going anywhere. Exactly. Boy, was I wrong with
You didn't like my channel, Stephen?
I wasn't a huge fan.
Shut it down.
But there were multiple angles with cell phones, multiple angles up close where you could hear every word being spoken with Congressman Clyburn and Lewis. I believe it was those two. And no one at any point said the N-word at all. And all you saw was someone accidentally, some spittle came out when they were yelling, you know, like, why are you betraying the American people? Which is a dog whistle for gas the Jews, I guess.
Well apparently
and they were betraying the American people.
Right, exactly. They were betraying the American people. And so Andrew Breitbart went out and said, anyone who can find any footage. It never existed. The media just didn't cover it. Then they tried to hang him on a Shirley Sherrod video, and they tried to destroy his career because they saw how effective he could be, when the fact is it was actually Bill O'Reilly who edited that tape at Fox News out of context. It hurt him, and Andrew Breitbart could only redeem himself and only get on major news when he had the dick pics from Anthony Weiner, and the media knew about the dick pics, and they denied it because they were carrying his water, and I remember watching this. This was the tipping point. Anthony Weiner was going to a press conference. I don't remember if it was at, I don't think it was the Waldorf, it may have been the Omni in D.C. Anthony Weiner was going to give a press conference. All of them were complicit. They knew the dick pics existed. Andrew Breitbart actually had them. And he was going out there to blame Andrew Breitbart for slandering his name and lying about it, fabricating a story, and the media was going to report that. But instead, Andrew Breitbart, like a boss, walked up onto the podium. And I remember people who worked, they told me you could hear, Breitbart's in the building. Wow. And he said, I have these pictures and I choose not to release them because I don't want to put his family through that. But you have dragged my name through them. The only way he was able to get the media, to be honest, was to actually hijack Anthony Weiner. Keep in mind, up until this very second in time, Anthony Weiner was primed to run for president. And the media loved him, and they knew what was going on. It required Andrew Breitbart hijacking the C-SPAN feed and podium. So now, though, a lot of people who are younger take this for granted. It wasn't always this way. Andrew Breitbart himself was not able to break through until it was so undeniable. Sorry, I'm getting caught in a rabbit trail, but I think people need to actually go out there and tout his legacy a little bit more, because it's sort of become a brand and people see the site and sometimes there's some baggage. Andrew Breitbart, to know that man was to love him, even though we disagreed on a whole lot.